Good morning, Swirly Nation. And welcome back to the Super Series here from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We're at the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmarville, Pennsylvania, off the banks of the Allegheny River for quarterfinal action between the Boston Hockey Club and your East Coast Prime Hockey. It is maybe two 20-minute periods. They've got 20 minutes on the clock. So I think it is potentially two 20-minute periods here for quarterfinal play. Interesting bit of a rule change. Well, these kids are potentially playing up to 3 games today, which is very difficult. And even though it might sound like it, this broadcast is not brought to you by the Muppets, and Kermit the Frog is not your commentator, I just have happened to lost my voice in the process of talking you guys through the weekend. Oh, apparently I already have. We can hope that would be the final. I don't think it will be. Two very skilled clubs here about to get it on, as they will start like it's the second period with the long change. So it looks like they'll start on opposite sides here. Long change in the first of what will be 2 periods. We'll call them 2 halves. I believe Jared Reel with the halftime entertainment will be riding a unicycle while juggling on ice. So stay tuned at halftime for the one, the only Jared Reel on a unicycle on ice juggling fireballs while drinking Fireball. So that will definitely be interesting. We're going to line them up and we're going to drop the puck here in the Super Series. It's Bobby Spang exploding into the Boston end. Working it to the outside, looking for Evans. Christini will track it to the corner on the forecheck. Up ice. Warheim gets it swiped away into the offensive zone. Comes Boston, a centering feed cut off by Daly. Tap to the outside. It'll be Christini tracking it at center. Unable to get control, so it'll be Boston lofting it in on an offside play. 31 seconds in here. We'll have a neutral zone draw outside of the Prime Hockey blue line. Vukulik, Foy, Rothstein up front, Johnson and Wooters, the defense pair. We want to welcome all of our friends from around the globe here on Cinnamon Swirl Television. Always have friends joining us from the Great North up in Canada. We like to welcome them every single game that we can. Centering feed, there's Vukulik. Can he get the shot off? And he will. A great save by the Boston goaltender. He was fantastic in the first game between these two clubs. An 8-4 victory for East Coast Prime. As it's tapped past Wooters, he'll pick it up just around the dots, retreats behind his net. He'll rim it around for Foy. Foy tried for Vukulik. It'll come the whole way through to Rothstein, who taps it out to center. Vukulik there with the pressure to force it further as Prime Hockey gets a line change. It'll be Conroy, Lynn, and Reel, the big boys. As Yale fends off a play, Jack Reel goes over top of a Boston forward. As they bang behind the net, it'll be Maddie Lynn coming away with it. Lynn's centering pass chopped out of the air like Nicholas Lidstrom there on that one. As Boston will pop it back into the Prime zone. And they'll forecheck it. Yale behind his own net. Steps around right up the middle. Looking for Real. It's off of his skate, and we'll have an offside play on Prime. $17:50 to play in the first half. 2 20-minute periods here in the quarterfinals. Face-off won by Prime, but tapped into the end by Boston. Rimmed around by Starr. It'll be Spang getting there. He retreats back behind the net and taps it around for Yale. Boston will get control until Christini swoops in and swipes it away. He'll be tripped up on the play, and Prime's going to head to a power play. It'll be a hold on Boston Hockey Club. So Prime to set up a minute and a half. It'd still be minute and a half penalties with the 2 20-minute periods. Daly and Warheim, the defense pair. As Christini wins it to Evans, he'll find Daly. Daly sets it up at center point. Battling in front, Spang. Evans in the high slot. It'll be Daly stepping in. Finds Christini. He'll look backside. It's off the stick of Warheim. And it'll be Boston flying back up the other way. Daly there to break it up at center. He'll fly into the offensive zone as they've got numbers. He's got Christini going to the net, and his centering feed is tipped just wide of the cage. It'll be Spang getting to it. Spang from behind the net, finding Warheim, and he blasts one in on net, and a better save by the Boston goaltender. Great puck possession here, and a Prime scoring chance for Prime Hockey. 56 seconds left on the power play. Banked off the wall for Daly. Daly able to keep it in, gets it to Christini. He'll find Evans. Evans looking backside to Spang, and it's off a defender. It'll be Christini to the puck. Tapping it deeper, but it's cleared off the hand of Daly at center. Now Warheim, he'll hit Evans. He can't control the puck, but his pressure forces a bit of a bouncing puck situation that's cleared by Boston to center. Now Spang, around one, cross feed to Christini. He'll carry it to the corner, using Evans as a bit of a screen there. Able to find Daly on the opposite side. He'll look to Evans. Evans taps it towards the net. It'll end up behind for Spang. Daly at his own blue line. Penalty over on Boston. Daly goes up off the boards, looking to find somebody streaking. It'll be an offside that comes the whole way back to the Boston end. Power play over, 15:49 to play in a scoreless first half here. As Vukovic wins the draw back to Johnson, he looks for Foy. Johnson will keep at the point as he drags it to the middle. It goes between the wickets of Vukovic and is cleared by Boston. It'll get the whole way down and just wide of the net of Pastor. Everybody do your best Froggy voice impersonation at home. It'll be Vukovic winning the draw. Sweeping in is Rothstein. His shot down low. Stopped by the pad and Glover, covered by the glove. Vukovic steps to the dot again. Wins it back to Wooters. Wooters will shoot one. It's off a shin pad. This time it'll go down the wall. Foy there. Peeling off the wall. Knocked away from him. Wooters again on the puck. Battling for it. It'll be tapped out to center by Boston. Picked up in the prime end by Johnson. Noble Johnson behind his own net. He'll reverse to Wooters, creating some space. He's up the boards for Rothstein. His centering pass comes the whole way through to Foy, streaking through the neutral zone into the Boston Hockey Club end. Twisted around a bit in the corner, but he maintains possession before having it knocked away and carried out to center. Wooters able to deflect the oncoming rush, and now Johnson picks the pass off, and he'll wind into the offensive end. Rothstein cutting to the middle. Tapped at Foy with a shot, deflects high off of a Boston defender. Now Conroy gets there. His shot down low, sticked to the side. Rothstein with the forecheck. As Prime completes the line change, it's Jack Reel in after the puck. Swooping after it, tapping it cross ice. Cross crease, I should say. Lynn with a centering pass that just hops over the stick of Reel. It'll be Conroy to the biscuit. In the corner, centering one. Again fought off by Boston and carried out to center. It'll be dumped, and Boston will get a bit of a line change here. Starr. An outlet pass to Lynn, right back to Starr, but here's Boston with a high-end scoring chance. And Pastor says no, no, no. Starr knocked down on the play, but Lynn follows on. Along the boards for Conroy. They've got Yale coming to the net. Behind the net goes Lynn. Rimmed around for Reel. Reel will pick things up along the half wall. Curling in. Great feed to Yale. A backside feed. He was looking for Conroy and avoided the stick. Starr pinches down the wall, gets control. Now Conroy banks it off the boards looking for a defenseman. It'll be Reel following on to dump it further into the zone to be rimmed around. Yale getting a change. As Boston will dump it in behind Pastor. Setting things up is Starr. A hard pass off the stick of Reel. No icing. Weaving through the neutral zone comes Boston Hockey. Evans with a back check. It'll be Warheim battling in the corner. Christini follows in deep, popping it up the wall for Evans. Evans is joined by Daly. He's got Spang on the other side. He'll try for Spang. It's off his skate. Spang will stay with it to the corner. Evans drives the net. Now takes it to the outside. Comes Warheim with a heavy shot that's fought off by the blocker. Back behind Christini. Now Evans will blast one into the collarbone area. From the high slot. A prime scoring chance for Prime Hockey. Daly at the blue line, keeps it towards Evans. Evans will battle along the wall, getting control and finding Christini. Back to Warheim. Twisting it for the corner, it's picked off by Boston. They've got a player coming through center. Daly there to break up the play and get stick on puck on the shot that skips wide to the corner. It'll be Evans deep in the zone to get control, firing it up to Spang, who can't quite exit. Now Daly at the blue line. As Prime Hockey has a potential 4-on-2 here. Daly into the zone. Looking, carries to the corner. He'll set up Christini. Swiped away from him, and Prime's got to get back. Daly was on the rush. It's a 3-on-1, now 3-on-2. Onside, into the middle. Evans on the back check. Able to get the puck in the corner. But it's swiped away from him and carried in for a shot that's off of a stick. It'll be Christini deep in his own end. Behind the net he'll go. Cross ice feed. Can't get out of the zone, but Evans will swipe in front, and he'll find Spang for a one-on-one play. He tries to go between the wickets of the defender, but unable to do so, and back comes Boston Hockey at 2-on-2. Wooters and Johnson back for Prime as the puck careens to the corner. He's boarded from behind. We've seen that fish before as Rothstein carries through center. He's got a one-on-one play himself. Carries around, weaves to the inside. Shot comes in, rebound off the goaltender and cleared to the corner where Boston will get control, and they're going to head to the sin bin again. It'll be a roughing call on 13. It'll be Vukovic, Rothstein, Foy, Yale, and Starr. Starr kind of gives it away there to the corner. I think he thought the wing was going to come across. It'll be Yale in his own end now. As Prime tries to set up a power play. Foy will carry up the left into the Boston end where he stops. Looks for trailer. He's got Vukovic, but chooses to send it across to Yale. Now Foy at the top. A cross ice pass. It manages to come the whole way to Starr. Now Yale. Looking, now Foy. Foy gets it swiped away, and it's a breakaway for Boston. Foy chasing from behind as he goes top cheddar, and Boston takes the 1-0 lead on a short-handed goal. The Prime power play playing with fire at the top of the zone there, and it cost him. So Boston leads 1-0 here in the first half. Prime still on the power play. Coaches may be making an adjustment to get the power play to work deeper in the zone here. As this group, it's Real behind the net. Up top to Daly. Daly's shot off of a stick. It'll be Conroy behind. Up to Real. Real shoots one towards the net that deflects by Lynn high and over the cage. Warheim to the puck. Behind for Conroy. Gets it swiped away, cleared up but not out. It'll be kept by Daly. He goes down the wall for Real. Real cuts in off the boards as the Boston power play or penalty is expired. Daly weaves in and a blocker save and a beauty. Another 10-bell stop here. The story of the game again, Boston goaltending early. Real to it. Looks backside for a one-timer from Lynn that stopped and held. Can't talk this much. It'll be Cristini to take the face-off. Banked up off the boards and out by Boston. Pass is picked off by Evans. Tapped forward to Cristini. Back to Evans. To the corner they'll go. Curling up, using the point man, it's Johnson. They'll wind and hammer a slap shot that's blocked to the corner. Wooters steps down. Cristini and Wooters come together, and Boston will come back up ice. Evans filling in for the defense. Spang on the back check. Shot comes in. Blocker to side. Spang there to clear the rebound. Up to Cristini. He'll cycle back into his own end. He's got space, so he'll take it up the middle. Faking a slap shot. Dropping to Spang. Spang looked across for Evans. Just out of his reach. Pop back in behind. Wooters will step down, get control. Weaving to the middle, finding Evans. Evans backhand to forehand was tied up as it went behind the net. Johnson to it. Johnson taps it in behind. It'll be high up off the glass and cleared by Boston Hockey. Evans loses control. Dangerous play here. As Boston will weave into the offensive end, firing a shot off the blocker side. Johnson picks it up. He's got some space. He'll come up off the stick of Evans to Cristini. Spang driving, crisscrossing with Evans. Skate knocks the puck free for Boston to exit the zone. It'll be Starr to the puck. Cristini with a dump. And Prime with the change. Twisted up at center was the rushing Boston defender. But Boston able to work it deep into the Prime end. 6:25 to play, first half action. The puck's off the skate of Foy. Shot down to Yale. He'll glove it out of the air and drive the Boston end. Faking the drop, driving wide, shooting one high short side that works as a breakout for Boston. Those high short side shots are dangerous if they miss the mark. Starr defending well. Bodied as he's able to work it to Rothstein up to Foy. A bouncing puck wide, or Pastor able to tap it wide. Yale can't quite get control, and Boston will. To the middle, one-time attempt, cut off by Starr. Cleared right to Rothstein on the fly through center. Weaves to the inside, joined by Starr. Knocked away and cleared by the Baked Beans. But no further than Vuklik, who keeps it deep to Rothstein. Centering feed for Vuklik. Whack to the side. It'll be shot up for Daly. Daly at center. Tapping it over for Real. He can't get control. Lynn off the bench with back pressure frees it up for Starr. To Vuklik. To Real. Real flying through center. Plays it around to the corner. Now he'll go behind the cage. Looking. He's got Conroy. And there's the back of the net as Jack Real finds Conroy. And he tickles the twine with a twisted wrister. And we've got ourselves a tie game. Conroy to the puck as Prime Hockey's tied it up. Conroy with the goal. Real with a dandy of an assist. And they'll try to do it again. A nice tap pass by Real to Conroy for a swiping one-timer. Offensive zone draw for Prime, controlled by Boston here. They'll snap it up the center. Boston's been very good on the counterattack. Not a lot of zone time for the Boston club. But they've been excellent on the counterattack. Hey, possess the puck, let's go. It'll be Christini to take the faceoff. Back to the point. Evans challenges. Shot skips wide of Pastor. Can Spang get there? He will. Tap it forward. He's got Christini off to the races. He goes to the backhand as he's tapped from behind and sent crashing. And they're going to call a hook. It could have been a penalty shot. It will not be. So Prime's going to head back to a power play here. Christini on the draw, won by Boston. Behind the net, they'll twist up the middle. Pestered by Spang from behind. As the Boston fans whine. It'll be picked up by Johnson. Now Evans. Across ice, Saucy looking for Spang. It'll be stopped and covered. Christini wins it back to Wooters. Over to Johnson. His shot fanned on. And it's another shorthanded chance here. Wooters able to get back this time. As the shot goes off the crossbar behind Pastor. An absolute missile from the side there, shorthanded. Another swipe of the puck out high. It'll be Christini getting control. He's got space through center. He'll take it into the offensive end, cutting to the middle. Looking backside, he's got Spang who taps it into the pads. A great save. Another fantastic stop. Vukulik to take the draw. 30 seconds left on the power play. We've seen Boston dangerous shorthanded here, and here they're free again. Starr chasing it down, forcing the play wide. The shot comes in, and it's gloved by Pastor. While he hasn't faced a ton of shots, the shots he has faced have been great scoring chances. Boston shortening up the bench here a bit, it looks like. As Yale twists and turns with it. Only 5 seconds left on the power play. It's off the skate of Rothstein. An advantageous Boston team here, taking advantage of any mistake you make to create scoring chances. As Foyle fire it up, it'll be Rothstein. Over to Vukulik. Vukulik will drive in, knocked off his stick by Rothstein there, sending it back to the point out of the reach of Yale. It'll be chased by 9. Vukulik with the puck. He's got Reel on the outside. Down fell the Boston defender. Reel's free, and he's fires a missile that is equaled by the glove hand side of the Boston masked man in goal. This goaltender has been phenomenal in 2 games. It'll be Conroy forcing it forward this time. Tying up the Boston defender behind. Reel there in support. Reel will come away with it. Prime able to outnumber Boston behind their net. As they play catch up top, Daly will fire it down behind for Lynn. Lynn, Saucy up to Daly. Back to Lynn. Battle in front, it's Reel. Lynn dangles a bit. Gets tied up, it'll be Conroy now. Now Daly. Daly stepping to the middle. Over to Warheim. He's got a lane and he fires and scores! It's the great big Bear Warheim. Firing the puck from the point and giving Prime Hockey a 2-1 advantage. 1:08 to play, first half. 2 20-minute halves as Reel gets to the puck. Off the draw, back behind. Very important shift, the one right after a goal. We talk about it every single broadcast. Greasy goals. And that shift right after. As Conroy finds Reel. Reel taps it back to Conroy. Up the wall to Reel. Back behind the net looking for Conroy. It'll skip free for Lynn to pressure. Daly pinching down the wall. Can't get control, but Reel on the back check will. Jack Reel looking to move it to the middle. He'll tap it forward. And it'll be an offside play. Tied up at the blue line. 27.2 to play. Period 1. As I see Jared Reel in the corner. They believe it's a sparkly outfit for his unicycle ride on the ice. Dumped in behind. It'll be Wooters to pick it up. Banked off the boards for Spang. He taps it to Cristini. 13 seconds as he drives the zone. Looks to the middle. Fires it. Johnson down the middle. A kick save and a beauty. Evans behind to Cristini. He'll pull it out in front. One shot, and two better saves by the goaltender. Prime Hockey overloads the front of the net, and it's swiped to the outside by Boston. That horn ends the first half as we head to intermission. So the officials here, as we come back, are saying they are supposed to keep the long change the whole game, but the players are not doing so. So we will put 20 minutes on the clock. Prime's got a 2-1 lead here, a tight game. And we'll play the second half. We will switch sides. The official did not want them to, but we are anyway. It'll be Yale with the puck. Up to Rothstein. Foy. Carries it up. Looking. Delaying for Rothstein. Bouncing puck back to the corner for Foy. He'll rim it around to Vukulik. Prime Hockey, if they can avoid the mistakes, that's what Boston has taken advantage of every time. It'll be Vukulik up to Rothstein. He weaves into the offensive zone. He's got a step. He's got space. He fires one down low that is cleared at the last moment right before it crosses the line. Vukulik goes back for Daly. And Daly will find Reel at center, and they'll say it's an offside play. Face-off outside of the Prime zone. Possessed by Boston, tossed up into the Prime bench. And we'll face it off at center ice. Welcome here, Super Series quarterfinal game. between the Boston Hockey Club and Prime Hockey. The East Coast Prime team, to be exact, is Conroy Pressures. A stick lift by Real frees the puck up, but it'll be picked up by Boston. Lynn on the back check, swiping through. Nice play there. Matty Lynn continues to be pressured as he works it to Bear Warheim. He's got the go-ahead goal in this one. Daly will try to work it up the wall. It's cut off by two Boston players, but there's Jack Real with the support again. Able to fly up the left wing side. Can he get the step? He'll drive into the middle, firing one on net that's stopped and held.
Keep working. Possession, let's go.
It'll be Christini to take the faceoff. 18 minutes to play, second half action. Christini, Spang, Evans, Johnson, Wooters. The 5 with the crown on their chest. Boston Hockey Club in black and yellow. Prime Hockey in white jerseys. The Vegas Knights look here. As Evans drives the net, it's off of his skate. I don't think he was even looking at the puck. But he works his way back on the back check to break things up to Christini. And Christini's got Spang with him. It's a 2-on-3. Spang will drive the net as Christini will fire one off of a stick to the corner. Boston comes up ice off the stick of Evans to the corner. Wooters will get to it. Firing it up to Christini, over to Spang, back to Christini, and he's up through center. Hitting Wooters on the drive. Evans will get there to knock it forward, but it's off a shin pad.
Possess the puck.
It'll be Evans fanning on not one but two passes. He's able to maintain possession, getting it to Spang.
Possess the puck.
Weaving through comes Boston. Starr with a turnover, but he's able to knock it right back off the stick of the Boston forward. Dumped in by Boston. No icing. It'll be Starr behind his own cage. Stopping and rimming it around for Foy. Foy unable to get control as Boston crashes down on the forecheck. A nice forecheck there. Number 9 for Boston's been electric out there. Foy with a great block shot there. It'll be picked up by Vukulik at his own end. And he blazes out the center. He's got Rothstein. It's a potential 3-on-2. Vukulik in. Pops it to the corner for Foy. He'll fire it towards the net. Vukulik deflects it off the side of the cage. It'll be Rothstein. Back to Yale. Yale deep for Rothstein. He'll go further. No, he'll dangle one. Pull it out in front. Look for Foy. And they just can't connect. Back comes Boston. Starr defending as the shot comes in on Pastor. It's kicked to the corner. Yale there to defend. He's able to wedge it back out to center. Foy on the forecheck as it's dumped back into the prime end. It'll be Starr the first one to get to it. Wedged off the wall, off Rothstein, and here comes Real. Real's up the right wing side. Weaving to the middle, cutting to the backhand. Just can't pull it around. He'll stay on the puck, though. Maintaining possession at the top of the zone. Passes it over for Conroy. It'll be Daly tapping it the rest of the way before it's cleared up and out by Boston. Back pressure by Real disrupts the break-in attempt. And it'll be touched by Real, high sticking the call. And it'll be a D-zone draw for Prime Hockey. Conroy on the faceoff. It's won by Boston back to the point. A centering pass. Tipped up, kicked out by Pastor as he continues to make saves in front of the net. Warheim able to clear it to the wall. Lynn back for Warheim, over for Daly. Between the wickets, but he's able to pick it up on the fly. Daly, speaking of fly, he flies into the offensive zone. Kept at the point by Warheim. To the corner for Conroy. Centering pass, broken up, and sent back to the corner where Lynn's there. Back to Daly. He steps into one, and that finds the back of the net. Another point shot, this one deflected by Jack Reel in front. And the real deal, Jack Reel has put East Coast Prime up 3-1 here. Deflecting the Daly point shot. Face-off won by Boston. They'll drive in. I think we're going to see the bench maybe get even shorter for the boys in black and gold. They said East Coast Prime with that Vegas-style white, gold, red, gray combination. As it's Lynn in, Daly there, and a beauty of a stop. Boston in on what should have been an offside play as they fire one towards the net. It'll be Reel swooping in to carry it out the other side, and he's got space. He's in, looking, he'll shoot high short side, and he just misses the iron. It works as a breakout for Boston as they come back through. A fantastic back check by Reel. Sends a pass cross ice for Lynn that's picked up by Boston. Pressure from Cristini, forces it free. It'll be Wooters with a shot. Bouncing puck, whacked at by Evans. Popped over the stick of Cristini to the point man Johnson. Back to Wooters. He loses control and up ice goes Boston. And it'll be an offside play on the pass all the way back to the Boston end we come. It's a pretty easy hockey rule to understand, boys. Face-off won by Prime Hockey. Back to the point, Johnson. He'll get it to the corner for Cristini. He tried for Evans. His stick's lifted, and it comes back to center. Wooters pass for Johnson, tapped, but he'll get control. But now Boston overtakes him in the Prime zone. Boston battling along the wall. Evans able to get there. Gets it to Spang. Spang will dance into the zone before it's off of a skate. Dumped in by Boston. It'll be picked up by Yale. In the corner. Up for Spang. Spang fires it off the boards looking for Cristini. It'll be stopped by Boston, but picked back up by Yale. Off the stick of Cristini, and back come the Boston baked beans before being broken up by Evans. Now Starr. Starr works it all the way to the Boston line as we tick inside of 11:30 to play in the second half. This will be the final half. 2 20-minute halves in the quarterfinals. Defended off exceptionally well there by Starr to force it to the corner. He'll continue that battle all the way to the opposite corner and get the dub. A breakout attempt by Spang comes off of a skate, a backside feed for a one-timer that will beat Pastor down low and make it a one-goal game. A turnover at the blue line. And a turning shot by Boston, and we are in a nail-biter. Vukulik wins it back to Warheim. Up to Rothstein. Rothstein weaving in. He's tripped up on the play. It'll be Foy tapping it towards the net, and we're going to get a tripping call on Boston. Offensive zone draw for the Prime power play. Now, let's be clear. Prime's been on the power play, but the only team with a goal while Prime's on the power play has been Boston. So Prime's got to be cautious here. They're very aggressive at the points. So working it deep. You have to use your point, but you got to be careful. Foy does just that to Warheim. Back deep to Vukovic. He twists on the outside. Now Foy. Foy looking back to the point. He'll find Warheim. Back deep for Vukovic. Oh, a dangerous feed gets through to Daly. Now it's Rothstein. To Daly. Back to Rothstein. Working it in. Winding. Firing one. That's blocked out front. Vukovic gets there. Fires it back in front. Now Warheim. A shot blocked by Boston. They'll fire it up ice, and back comes Boston in a 1-on-2 to be dumped in past Daly. Daly will fly through center. Weaving through into the offensive zone. Daly, a 1-on-1 move. Maintains it to the corner. Sending it all the way across to Lynn. Lynn will step into one, and it's Has Eyes goes through Maddie Lynn with the Seven Fields Wealth Management power play goal. See if I can get that replay, folks. I can. There's the replay of the shot from Maddie Lynn. And Prime Hockey has restored their 2-goal lead. It's 4-2 here in the quarters. Lynn up for Reel off of his stick. Be forced deep for Boston. Reel on the forecheck. Almost comes away with it. And we'll have icing on Boston and a face-off to come all the way back to their zone. Cinnamon Swirl TV here. Make sure you subscribe below. We appreciate all of you guys for it. It was up to 741 this morning when I looked. Thank you all for subscribing. We appreciate that. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And we'll get a trip on Reel here. Stick in the skates. And Boston will have their first power play with 7:57 to play.
Smart plays.
Wooters and Johnson will be the D pair. Christini and Evans up front for the penalty kill for Prime Hockey. Cleared back to the corner. Johnson bodied there. Christini will get in and work for it. He gets control, rims it around for Wooters. He's got body position. And a short side shot misses. It'll come all the way to the point. Cross ice feed. Shot in off of Pastor and into the netting. .103 on the penalty kill. Prime Hockey with a 2-goal lead. Boston trying to close the gap as Christini fires a backhander all the way up the ice. It'll be a nice checkup to keep from being icing. And now Boston's going to try to come through center. Evans on the forecheck, swipes it away. Evans will drive in, shooting down low, and it's stopped and covered. Christini and Evans will pop off. Spang and Vukovic will jump on. Star and Yale the defense pair. An offensive zone draw short-handed here. Star's got to be careful of the bank passes on the breakout as Prime able to control the face-off there. And the back pressure by Spang making it difficult for them to get up. It'll be an icing on Yale, though. So we'll head back to the Prime zone here for 23 seconds of penalty kill action. 7:50 to play in the second half. Prime leading 4-2. Vukovic on the faceoff. Won by Boston, controlled up to the point. A deflected shot gobbled up by Pastor. A+ scoring chance there for Boston Hockey Club. Vukovic will win the draw this time to Yale. Banks it off the boards, taps it forward and out the center. It'll be Spang on the forecheck. Pressure as Boston gets the red line and dumps it in. Star able to swipe it off the boards. He's pressured along the wall, though. Stays with the play, able to win the puck. Penalty over to Real as Spang comes away with it. Lofting it up in the air. A bouncing puck, turning on it. Jack Real, he's into the offensive zone. And it'll be icing. It'll be a face-off to the right of Prime goaltender Chase Pastor. As Prime able to tap it out to center, Boston will pick things up. It's Foy on the forecheck. Working it along the walls, Vukovic. Down for Rothstein. His centering pass sent right back to him by a Boston player. Weaving in front, shot down low, kicked aside. It'll be two Prime players outnumbering the Boston hockey player in the corner. Boston able to flick it all the way out to center, though. A shot coming in on Pastor, put to the outside. It'll be Warheim to the puck. He loses control behind the net. Dangerous play here as they try to flip it back out in front. And Pastor able to cover it up along the side of the net. 6:28 to play, second half action. Cinnamon Swirl TV here, cinytv.com. Producer and play-by-play by Kermit the Frog Evans, who's losing his voice. And camera work by the one, the only Bobby Starr. The one-handed wonder. As Real chops a puck out of the air and he flies up ice. Weaving through the offensive zone, twisting back to the blue line, where he'll try to dump it deep once, twice. Unable to do so, and back comes Boston. Johnson in behind, able to nudge it forward. Around comes Wooters. Up for Lynn. And it's a 3-on-2. Lynn in. Delaying is Real. He tries to drop pass, but right there's a Boston player. Forward check by Real, frees it back up, and Prime's right back in possession. It's Lynn in the corner. Looking, firing off of the arm as Real tries to put the rebound through and can't. Great pressure there by Boston, and it'll come out of the zone to Yale. Now Lynn. Lynn will drive in. Jack Real about a step off sides at the blue line, and we'll get a neutral zone draw. Face off outside of the blue line here. Christini Now Spang. Spang to Yale. Yale to Star. Star to Evans. And Evans will pop it deep into the Boston end. And he'll go chase right after it. And as he chases after it, they'll get control. It'll be Christini. Now Evans from behind. Looking, centering pass, looking for Spanger. Doesn't get through. And Boston will clear it up and out of the zone for Yale. All the way to the prime zone where Christini gets stick on puck. Now Yale with a nice poke check to the corner. Waving at it, Christini getting control, Yale, and Yale will fly up into the neutral zone where he finds Evans. Weaving through. He'll leave it for Spang. Spang right back to Evans on the give and go. Tries to cut to the middle. Whacked to the corner. We'll battle there. The pressure frees it up to Christini. Somebody's got to drive the net here. It's Spang. Spang on the puck pressure. Knocks it free. It'll be Daly. Daly trying to send it cross ice. Whacked as he does so, and it's Boston coming away with it. Into the prime end for Christini to pressure. Now Spang, it's freed up, and Bo Christini tries to dance around the defense, and it's broken up, but Spang there, weaving around one, can't get the pass through the second. Daly will follow on, but Boston will have a potential 3-on-1. Back checking is Spang as he's able to work all the way back to the puck. Cam Evans finds center. Oh, they're going to call icing. I thought he got to the center. Just short of the center red as he tried to pass it to Christini. It'll be an icing. .3:18 to go. Second half action. As Prime's able to exit their end. We'll keep an eye on the masked man to our left in the Boston cage. They trail by a pair. Icing will bring it all the way back to their end, however. Vukulik on the faceoff. Back for Daly. Down the wall to Foy. In front for Vukulik. Bouncing puck waved at by Rothstein. Cleared by Boston. Rothstein in the corner. Now Vukulik. He works along the wall. Back behind the Boston net. It'll be carried out through into the neutral zone. And we're going to get a penalty here coming on Prime Hockey. So we're going to see a power play here for Boston. They've got 6 on now as Prime touches up. 22, that's Rothstein. Headed to the sin bin for a hook. 2:27 to play. They'll have a minute and a half of power play time. Boston pulls the goalie, so it'll actually be a 6-on-4 power play for Boston. Conroy steps to the faceoff dot. It's dislodged to Johnson behind the cage. He goes heavy off the glass. It'll be picked up by Boston, forced back to the corner for Johnson. He reverses to Conroy, who swipes it up to the blue line, but not out. Real pressures the puck there. It comes off of a skate all the way out the center. 1-4 checker in Real as Boston gets it back to the prime line on sides. Conroy will swipe it back out through center into the defensive zone for Boston, where they'll pick things up short of the goal line, so no icing. This will, however, be icing as we head all the way back to the Boston end. They'll put their netminder back in, I'm sure. .49 seconds of penalty kill left for Prime Hockey. Christini on the draw. Back to Star. He'll rim it around the dasher board all the way around to the opposite corner for Lynn. Lynn will get control. He McCormick's it along the wall. As it's popped further into the Boston end, time ticks away. 27 seconds left on the penalty. 1:20 remaining in the second half. Off comes the goaltender for Boston. Battled for and lifted out to center by Cristini. Brought back in by Boston, but cut off again by Cristini, who wedges it back out to center all the way to the Boston end. 2 seconds and 1 on the penalty. Rothstein's back on. It's 6-on-5 hockey now with the empty net as Starr lofts it all the way out to center. Twisting with it, Boston, as they weave in. Now they're going to be potential. Nope. Way to dangle along the line to keep it onside. Shot in on Pastor that'll be covered. 38.1 to play in the second half of the quarterfinal game. Spang on the faceoff. It'll be Spang, Evans, Foy. Picked up by Boston. Cleared to the wall by Evans. Back to the point. Evans with the pressure, able to free it back up for Foy. He'll gain center red, weaving through. And we get a slash. 21.4 to play, and Prime will head to the power play. Boston returns their netminder to the cage. Spang wins the draw. Back to Warheim. He risks it around behind. Spang behind the cage. Popped around. Evans ties him up along the board. There's Daly with a centering feed to Spang, who goes top. Cheddar. Because Cheddar is better. It's a power play goal with 2.4 to play. And Prime Hockey will head to the semifinals. We may leave against either RAD or GPS. 5-2 the final score here from Alpha Ice Complex USA Hockey Arena, where Prime Hockey has defeated the Boston Hockey Club and will head to the semifinals at 10 o'clock this morning. Tune in, City TV. And hear yours truly, Kermit the Frog, bring you that action. Thanks for joining us.